Welcome to part 2 of this special episode of Quantum Conversations, New Earth Update. This is a broadcast of love and light, and we begin by coming into our heart space. Take a deep breath, put your hand on your heart, and center from this space. Releasing thoughts, the ego, and truly being in the heart. As we heard in part 1, in this now moment, we are indeed the ones that we have been waiting for, as we understand that we are each responsible for our own energy, for our alignment to Source, for our clarity in this now moment. Our awareness of where we are putting our energy is the key. We're being offered assistance from the higher realms to partner with them to assist the manifestation of the realities of our choice. Each one of our guests have shared common knowledge that we can ask for guidance, and we will be assisted. In part 1, we heard from Marianne Williamson that just a small moment each morning in meditation allows us to hear the voice of the angels, messengers of God, the voice of God, that still small voice within. And Meg Benedicte shared on her partnership with Archangel Metatron, who's given us Metatron's cube, which assists us in releasing from density. Alicia Power says an open heart and our free will choice to partner with creator beings, spirit guides, are harvested by light beings during our choice points of inquiry. Meaning when we ask for their assistance, when we have questions, they are there helping us, moving those choices forward. And in today's episode, we hear from Jean Ang, who says light beings are here to make manifest our intentions. We'll hear a transmission from the Arcturian Guard with Jean. And sound healer Dawn Crystal offers a transmission to open our hearts. We'll also hear a recorded message from Judy Callie about how we can always return to the garden bench of inner beauty within our hearts at any moment. This is our choice. As we know, we are each the creator of our reality. Our vibration in this now moment is creating it. So it's important that we each cultivate our spirit team, our team of our higher self, our spirit guides, and the angelic realm and ascended hosts who are here to assist us. And as you sit in meditation, gather around your guides. Ask them to come and assist you. If you know who to call on, you can do so. Or you can call on the familiar names of the ascended hosts as you know them. And if you're not familiar with names, that's not important. Simply feel the angelic realms and your higher guides coming closer. See each one appear before you. Spend a moment noticing the energy of each being that comes to you. Honor and thank each for being here. In your own meditation, you may spend lengths of time that allow you to go deep with each of your guides. And then you want to call to order your agenda. See this great team before you in a rotunda, in a conference room. And as you call forward your agenda, this could be anything that you wish. You can have them scan your physical, spiritual, mental, emotional, etheric, and causal bodies for any energies that are in your field that are keeping you from knowing yourself as a being of light. You can ask that this density is removed and you are recalibrated to source. Upon asking, notice what you notice. This is also a space to assign various roles for your teams of angels and guides. Whether this is to assist you in your business, your home space, your health, prosperity, abundance, resources, whatever it is that you need, you can assign an angelic team to the task. So do this in your meditations daily with your spirit team. Gratitude is the currency of the angelic realm, so thank your angelic teams for their assistance, knowing in your heart that it is done. Breathe in their resonance. This daily practice builds a foundation, a connection that grows stronger each day. This will deliver you vast information, connections with others here in this world and in the higher realms. It'll draw to you the resources that you need to manifest your desires. This is your internal compass, powered by your higher self, in partnership with the angelic and cosmic realms. We hope that you're able to use this tool daily as it truly builds a strong path that widens the information. Should you need assistance from the spiritual teachers on our platform, you have special offers that are available from all of our speakers. Check it out if you need this guidance. It will accelerate your journey. Thank you. Next in our program, we bring you a healing transmission. Jean Ang has been working with the Arcturians and angelic realms, transmitting frequencies that raise our vibration and expand consciousness. I connected with him for this interview on recent events and what we can do to fortify ourselves. Dr. Jean Ang has been communicating with the cosmic realm of the Arcturians, and we are here to talk about the Arcturian Guard and higher frequencies that assist us as we move through very transformational times. Jean, thank you so much for being here. You are here with a message about the recent events. Can you please give us some insight into a higher perspective of the first week of January 2021?
Yeah, I think for myself, it was unexpected to see the amount of violence in the Capitol, just as more recent events here in the United States. Just as light workers, we're kind of in the both inner and outer world, somewhat assigned to different areas, and particularly where we're karmically connected and people who are spiritual practitioners and working in service, where they live in particular, they're karmically connected to that area. So I think for myself, it was definitely an important event because my sense is that what you see in the outer world occurs first in the inner world. And I think that things had been, of course, the groundwork had been there in the inner world. It was just maybe unfortunate that, as we were mentioning earlier, it expressed itself in a very unbalanced, which I would call in what we saw as a more violent way. So I think it's important for light workers and people who are in service, both in the inner world and outer world, to hold a very positive frequency at this time, not to be unbalanced emotionally, but to still hold the idea of justice and positivity and holding a very high frequency, because the inner world does continue to affect the outer world. And like you mentioned, the frequency of love and kindness and strength is important now in this time.
Yes, absolutely. The return to love, the awareness of our own energy system. Can you offer some tools for those to be immaculately aware of where their energy lies within?
Mhm. Yeah, I think with such a charged event going on right now, of course, across the world with the pandemic, but now in particular with the political scene that may have turned out into more simply our living situation as as Americans, which of course would radiate out into the world since we're all really interconnected, is to maintain, I don't know if neutrality is the right word, but not to get caught up in the emotional aspect of the event while still being present to be in service to the event or to what's happening and unfolding. I think the next maybe 14 days are pretty critical. And so we'll go over some practices and particularly some energetic frequencies, I think, that people can use here as a recording from the Arcturian guard that you mentioned earlier. But this sense of keeping oneself emotionally balanced, I think, is important as one does inner service work so that our frequency, even with the best intentions, isn't corrupted in a way. Um, so that would be the first. There's maybe two or three other suggestions, but that would be the first one.
Mhm. Tell us more about the Arcturian Guard.
The Arcturian Guard appeared in the Arcturian healing method at what was called level 4, which was about entity clearing. And the entity clearing philosophy in Arcturian healing method is really one out of love and service to both the person who's coming, who may be affected, as well as spiritual forces or spiritual beings that either out of confusion or just a lost sense of who they are, may be creating problems for your client or the person. So there's really two patients or two people you're serving, or two beings. One is the client who comes, the other is actually the entity who's attached. So just by that kind of philosophy, the guard is, they're a sense of a very strong presence, much like maybe people who've connected with Archangel Michael, who in the Christian perspective or different certain esoteric spiritual lineages, Archangel Michael is also called many times for entity type removal. And so this strength, I think, is also on a wider level, like here with the current situation. And so that kind of strength that the Arcturian guard holds, plus a sense of compassion and also clarity, is sort of what they embody.
Yes, compassion and clarity. And clarity seems like that clarity is a connection to the higher self, a clarity to your consciousness.
Hmm. Yeah, I think events like what we're experiencing now gives us an opportunity to develop our clarity. It's sort of like an exam, like a final exam or a very big exam, helps you to clarify your learning. You could learn things without having to, have a formal exam or even a natural exam, whether that's in life or like in a formal class. But sometimes an exam, what it does is it makes you really sharpen where you stand and really to understand principles that might be at first a little amorphous or just in the background.
Yes. Well, I think the events of, oh my goodness, just the past 6 or 7 days has made us really go deep and stand for those values.
Yeah, yeah, and I think the spiritual forces and beings, and I've also been thinking about holding certain events, which are more from a each person's personal perspective. But since you have also, and we've done this in many of our mastery empowerment classes and different classes, and also many of your speakers, connecting to higher spiritual realities and beings. And there are many human beings who are, we would consider either advanced teachers or masters who are no longer in physical form, but are helping us from the spiritual world, who experienced many events like this on the planet and learn from those experiences. And so they're available also in the inner world, besides the guard or in resonance with the guard to assist us at this time.
Comforting. So we need to ask and bring them into our space. We're going to do an Arcturian guard transmission, a tool that you are offering. We're going to make it available for everyone to download. That's a beautiful gift. Before we get there, though, did you want to mention any of the other tools that came to mind?
hmm Yeah. So one would be to keep the emotional balance. And then two is to connect maybe in the morning for the next couple days with maybe it's source, God, or love. Maybe you have certain spiritual teachers or beings, like I mentioned, the different archangels. Of course, I feel connection to the Arcturians. Others might have connection to different cosmic or celestial beings, particularly the divine feminine beings who bring a sense of nurturing, also, but also can be very strong. And just to hold that awareness or meditation with them without any necessary form, but just to keep that frequency in your field for even just 5 or 10 minutes. And collectively, I think that helps to balance a lot of the chaotic energies that may be emerging now. And those higher beings in the inner world can also, in a way, distribute that positivity to where it's most needed.
Wow. I know as you were speaking that each one of us listening was immediately doing that.
hmm
Kuan Yin comes to mind, the goddess of mercy, loving kindness. Wow. Okay, very powerful tool, Jean. I know it's different. It's when someone goes to invoke, it could be whoever. There's no wrong or right. It's whoever appears, and not necessarily do we have to name any one of it, but just to be aware and invoke. But if we do name a name, we're supported by that being.
Yes, yes, exactly. And just maybe as a third point, I think the realization is that there are other types of beings in the inner world. This is just one perspective that can create these type of events, and they're actually like feeding off that chaotic energy.
Ah,
So they draw, that's why the first stipulation was to remain very balanced emotionally so that
yes.
you don't become part of that, almost like the food for those beings. And so usually that's like emotional, mental, and energetic kind of outburst, or whether it's
Yes.
yeah, whichever side.
That's exactly right. We have to be very, very
Mhm.
stable. Jean, what you say reiterates and corroborates what we've been hearing, that this immaculate awareness of our energy is so important, grounding every day. And you said it, just 5 minutes. We've heard that the spiritual work is like a tincture. Just a little bit can open a huge door.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that guidance now is very available. And yeah, this is I think a great time to really work with what I call the inner worlds, or these higher masters and beings and angelic beings that are helping us to move forward. And like I mentioned, sometimes the big exams come. So, and this definitely feels like one of those big exams.
A final exam, not the, but a final exam.
Mhm.
Can we truly, truly love in the face of everything? In the face of everything. It is simple and it may not be so easy, but after the work is done, this inner work, looking at the triggers, looking at where we go into fear instead of choosing love and self realization, we get stronger at that. And that's the tools that you bring forward too with the Arcturian frequencies, is the pathway to really strengthen and fortify this connection to higher realms and higher frequencies. Can we do something for the collective? We've talked about the Ho'oponopono in this program. And so once we fortify ourselves, we're able to radiate out more to the world. Do you want to add anything about this?
Yeah, I think what was coming to mind too is, and many people might already be doing this as a form of service, but sometimes it's called sleep work, or just recognize, because of our multidimensional self, doesn't even have to occur during sleep. It could be during while you're awake. Some aspect of your consciousness is actually working with these higher beings to help the situation. I think many people, like during wartime, who are spiritually advanced or oriented, were probably also working in the inner world a lot, who are also incarnated. And just sometimes you don't have to necessarily remember that. Like when you wake up, you might just realize you're much tired, or you might felt like you did a lot, like a lot was going on. And that actually is this type of work or service. And just recognize that you can intentionally do that. You might already be doing that from your higher self. And one of the effects is that you could feel like you're working a lot. So you should, or if you can, also take care to rest or sleep or eat well, because a lot of people might be in their multidimensional self, working in the inner world to keep things very balanced.
Yes, I sense that many listening to this now are raising their hands saying, I get that, been doing it. I actually want to thank everybody for doing that as well. Right. This is light workers I see now as really practical leaders, way showers.
Yeah, I think one's here more now than ever. It's one's frequency, what one's holding, regardless of, you could be in the mountains right now and just be by yourself, but holding a very high frequency with the intention to benefit these very specific events that are going on does have a very strong effect. The one way it can kind of play out is, for example, someone who might be, in a state of rage or anger, or wanting to do physical violence, because we're in resonance, and many people here do kind of distance healing, so they understand how you don't have to necessarily physically be in one's presence to feel their consciousness. When there's a lot of frequencies of love or understanding or peace or balance, it tends not to create an energetic environment that is conducive to, let's say, violence. And so that person may just feel less inclined to do that. They may find they're able to hear their higher self. It's not a direct influence on anyone in particular. It's just like the when the environment is very balanced, because people are holding a balanced frequency, it makes it more difficult for unbalanced or violent type of energies to manifest.
That is why our energy, our vibration is so important. It's the key to creating our reality. And when we witness events in the collective, this is vital information. So thank you, Jean, for sharing that. And everyone who holds that vibration, everyone who gets this and takes that time to align to that vibration of love, of radiating love, keeping the heart open, transmuting that and keeping the balance. We thank you so much. This is it. And this is empowering. So these are very comforting words. And I just thank you so much, Jean, because wow, as we come together to share New Earth news, this is New Earth updates in the collective, seeing even some of the leaders opening to love, that is a really good sign. So thank you each for holding that space and doing that work. So, Jean, talk a little bit about the transmission with the Arcturian Guard.
Yeah, yes, this could be a form that people could follow. And then if they feel, like we were mentioning, also more aligned to or close to certain spiritual beings who they have been working with, then this could be a type of pattern that they can also adopt. But this will be about 10 minutes, and we're simply asking the Arcturian Guard to bring through a frequency of love and balance and suppression of any type of manifested violence or negativity, into the physical world. And I think that will help to, bring through things, and particularly in the next 14 days, which I think will be quite critical, particularly in the United States, is my perception.
And so, this is, for the most part, a silent transmission. And so, for those in the silence, what do you suggest? Just holding that intention for connection with the Arcturian Guard and the frequencies that we can connect with.
Yes, and if you wanted to make this a type of meditation, you could put your awareness at the first chakra above your head. It's approximately 6 to 12 inches or 15 to 30 centimeters. It's also a anchor connection point to your higher soul's information, which sort of sees the wisdom of this entire event, particularly how it relates to you personally. And so just by keeping your awareness there, you're first accessing that information, and then the Arcturian Guard consciousness and frequencies will assist you to keep that connection to your higher self's energies and information.
All right. So, we can feel everyone connecting into that area above the crown chakra. We've done this in the sessions and webinars that we've done with Eugene, and it is, I have to say personally, transformational. Let's go there now.
Okay. So we're beginning the Arcturian Guard transmission. So if you would like to gently keep your awareness at the first chakra above your head, which is approximately 6 to 12 inches or 15 to 30 centimeters above your head. And if you have a certain intention for the transmission, you can, as you keep your awareness there above your head, state that silently. And the Arcturian guards consciousness and energies will assist you to hold the highest frequency and vibration coming from your higher self. And anyone and any being or situation that can benefit from this positive vibration will also benefit as a form of resonance and connection. I'll be silent right now as the frequencies are being channeled, and every so often you'll hear me chime in just to know that the energies are continuing. We're continuing to hold our higher selves, highest frequencies during this time with the assistance of the Arcturian guards, consciousness, and energies. Continuing to hold and channel the Arcturian guard transmission. continuing to hold our highest frequencies from our higher self with the assistance of the Arcturian guard. And completing with the last minute of the Arcturian guard transmission. During this time, if you'd like to dedicate the energies to blessing of the planet, to keeping peace on the planet and balance, or whichever words and intentions you'd like to do, you can do that now. And if you'd like to thank Source, God, or Love, or any of the higher beings who you may have invoked or connected with, as well as your higher self and the Arcturian Guard, we thank you for your assistance and great, great blessings. Thank you. And coming gently back into your physical body, moving your fingers and your toes, coming fully back into your physical body. When you feel comfortable, open your eyes and snap your fingers.
A very powerful, fortifying, nourishing process. I truly hope everyone is feeling those highest frequencies from their higher self. This is it. This is the way we move forward. Thank you so much, Jean. That was amazing. I trust that I'm not the only one who felt my entire team fortifying us. holding us, assisting us, supporting us.
That's great. Yeah. And thanks so much for creating these 2 days to allow this positive vortex to manifest to help this critical juncture that we're in.
Yes. All right, everyone. And so keep it up. And we thank you from our sacred heart to yours for adding your energy to that vortex of love and holding balance and peace in our hearts. Jean, you have events with us, and we look forward to those. And we invite all of those listening to check out Jean's next event coming up. That link is here on the webpage. Do you want to add anything about that or anything today?
Uh, I think it's great that we can get together, that there's this platform that we have to share. And in this year in particular, I know we've been doing this for a number of years together, but I think this year in particular has really been heightened, and people have been finding it very positive to join in a community under a certain theme. So I think these programs have been wonderful to hold this higher level, and like you mentioned, to bring in a new earth reality. So I'm really thankful and grateful to you and everyone here.
Yeah, this is truly where we are all here supporting one another, sharing with one another. Beautiful space. It really does help us understand why all of us are coming together over the internet on platforms like this, like minded, like hearted souls spread out all over the earth. We can feel our role in our communities, and yet we're connecting from all over the world. That is just something that makes me smile with a knowingness that all is well and that we do got this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I used the term balance. I think that was sort of what the inner teachers or my guides or my sense of like if people were thinking of an intention, particularly around the events, of course, here going on in the United States, is an to have things be balanced. So when things are very unbalanced, you have kind of what's being manifested in the news, or what's happening in the physical dimension. And then the place, rather than to look at specifics, is to almost like place a scale into the energetic information pattern so that things rebalance themselves. And then you leave it up to these greater forces that are involved, positive greater forces, and they'll assist in bringing that about with our intention there and our energy.
Thank you so much, Jean Eng. This has been wonderful.
Thanks, Lauren. Thanks, everyone. Great to connect.
Coming up next, a sound healing session with voice healer Dawn Crystal. Enjoy this musical break. Our program continues in a moment. If you would like support for your personal journey, you're invited to check out the special offers on this webpage. Our guests offer sessions and teachings to assist you in your connection to your higher self and inner wisdom. Purchases on this website not only assist you in your life, but as you raise your vibration, it radiates out into your community. It also supports the teachers who bring this information. A portion of our proceeds goes to support children in the highlands of Peru, motherland of Lemuria.
Welcome everybody. This is Dawn Crystal. The activation that we'll be doing today is called Open and Expand Your Heart to Love Completely and Ground in Your Divine Light to Heal and Let Go of the Past. So I'd like everybody right now to get in a quiet place to receive your time just for you. These activations will be short, but they will last for days if they need to. All energies through my voice, through my words and my sounds are directly downloaded from the divine creator of all of life. The energies know where to go with you, and all energies that you receive today, activations, clearings, are for your highest good. So let's get in a quiet place now to receive everybody, as I want everybody to take a few deep breaths into your belly. We're going to breathe in some white light right now of who you are through your breath, easy and effortlessly, into the belly. And exhale everything that doesn't serve you, that's ready to come to the surface. Just let it go easy and effortlessly on the out breath. Like that, just let it go. Nothing forced, loving and easy. Let's go ahead and bring another deep breath of white light into your belly, everybody. Nothing forced, just nice and easy. And on the out breath, exhale it out, easy and effortless. Beautiful. Wonderful. Okay, before we begin the process, or start of the process, I should say, is we need to clear a space above your head. As I have noticed with our group right now, that we have I call it a heavy, dense energy that resides above our crown chakra. And we need to clear that space so we can bring in the light of who you are into your body. So you may manifest, I should say, a new reality. So let's go ahead and put your focus and attention, everybody. The first process is clearing above the crown chakra and crown chakra. I will be making different sounds through my voice. And also, I might make a loud sound to clear heavy, dense energies. So just go ahead and receive. I just want you to put your attention, everybody, right at the top of your head as I start making sound. So let's do that right now and release it easy and effortlessly. You don't need to do anything. Just imagine it all going right to the divine creator of all of life. That's all you need to do. And you could breathe a little bit easy, nothing forced. Always easy. Let's go ahead and begin right now at the top of your head. Let's begin. Okay, here goes a loud sound. Heavy, dense energy is going to be releasing with this high pitched, it's a very quick sound. Just let it go with this sound. Okay, that's good. Just keep breathing as I make sound. Okay, beautiful, everybody. Let's take a nice, easy, deep breath into the belly. Easy and effortlessly, and exhale it on the out breath with a divine light in our stomach, just releasing all the extra, everything we haven't served us this year, past years, just let it go. Let's take a nice, easy breath of white light into our bellies and release it out. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go right down from the crown chakra to the middle of your belly. All you need to do, everybody, is just focus right in the middle of your stomach. Is we're going to do some unearthing of old energies that are ready to be released for the new year. This is exciting. So I want you to know that this energy will remain with you and continue working on you for as long as it needs to go. So let's go ahead and breathe easy and effortless into the belly as I'll be unearthing energies inside you, ready to be released. So you may manifest your new year easy and effortlessly. So let's do that right now into the belly. All right, energy is releasing. Let's take another deep belly breath, easy and effortlessly, everybody, into the belly. And exhale it out on the out breath. Nice and easy. Beautiful. Okay, so we want to go into the heart right now, everybody. We want to expand your heart. We want to clear those heart walls. Anything that's in the way of you really bringing in what you truly desire for this new year. And clearing off anything old that's been just there for a while, any old hurts and traumas, heart walls, maybe walls you created of protection for yourself in the past that are just still there, but they're no longer serving you. We want to create a new space to really receive everybody, receive your birthright and receive exactly what you're wanting. You deserve it. So I want you to do right now, as I do this next process of the heart, I want you to imagine putting in a goal, something you want this year to come true. I want you to place that goal outcome into your heart right now. We're going to nurture that, and it's going to be like watered and nurtured by the divine. So let's go ahead and do that now, opening your space of your heart to receive this. So let's put that into your heart now, your goal for the new year, into your heart. You're just in your intentions of your goals right now. Doesn't even have to be the new year, could be just right now. And this will be for the new year and beyond. So let's do that right now. Let's do the heart activation of receiving everything that you desire. Oh, so beautiful. Let's take a deep belly breath, everybody, into the belly. And release it out easy and effortlessly on your out breath. Okay, we just have one more part of this. We cannot leave our intentions of what we're wanting out above our bodies or above the ethers. We need to bring the intentions in your body, your mind, and spirit together into your vessel, which is your physical body. Right now, as I make sound, we're going to ground in your light, your personal power, and the light of who you are into your physical body. It's going to be coming in right now into your crown chakra, filling you up from the inside out with the divineness that you are, the white light filling up every level of your being, from your head all the way down through your chest, your back, your stomach, filling you up with the divine light that you are, and healing any parts of you that need healing right now. Any injuries, anything that's happened to you in your past that you just need extra healing, we're going to bring that light in to heal every part of you, including your cells will be renewing and regenerating as it goes down through your belly and your back, down your legs, down your feet, grounding to this beautiful, loving planet that we're on called loving Mother Earth. Just imagine that happening right now to the best of your ability, and it's going to ground your energy right to the center. We're going to imagine that energy going right to the center of Mother Earth like a white divine grounding cord. And just imagine that happening right now, everybody, to the best of your ability. And let's begin. Begin right now. Receive, receive, receive your truth. Oh, so beautiful, everybody. Let's take another deep belly breath, please, into the belly. And just let it go on the out breath, easy and effortlessly. As these energies will now work with you all day, enjoy it. You might do some detox, so just, if you feel to, drink some water, but just enjoy being you. And enjoy these energies of you, your divine birthright. Of your birthright is your personal power in your body, helping you to manifest your true reality of what you truly want and desire. So enjoy, much love and light. Aloha.
Dawn Crystal has a full library of healing, voice sound healing MP3s that you can use in your life for dental health, body rejuvenation, weight loss, and more. Her special offer is available on this webpage. Coming up next, a message from Channel Judy Callie.
in this moment, all exists. It's like a carnival. You have all these sideshows, and you've just entered, and you've paid your money, and you've got your ticket, and everywhere around you are carnival shows. There's the house of mirrors that you go in and you see all these different distortions, and you see all these different ways that you can look: tall, short, fat, wide. To 48 of you all in one room. But it doesn't change the fact that it's the person that walks out of that mirrored room is who you really are. It's not all the illusions. It's not all the mirrors. It's just you. And then you see the display of the people that have unusual gifts, like the sword swallower and the fat lady of the circus, and all of the things that have somehow become traditional circus things. And you see the cotton candy, and you see the penny that you toss into the little sea dishes, and you see all the different games you can play, and you see the guy walking around with the really tall legs, and you see the lady with the serpent around her neck. And you see all these different ways that people find delight. And if you stand in the middle of the circus and you look at each one as a unique creation of divinity, and then you can choose how much of it you want to take in, or if you just want to pass for the day. So when you stand in the middle of the circus, you realize that life is a circus. And no matter how many times you open your eyes, no matter how many times you open your heart, you have new scenes and new feelings and new opportunities to be who you are in the most marvelous way possible. And as you look at all of these different beings, all here to entertain you, you realize that when you look beyond the circus, there's this beautiful meadow with wildflowers and a gorgeous old oak tree. And you see this beautiful, simple bench that a man built for his wife as a gift for an anniversary many, many years ago. And you see this beautiful bench sitting there that he hand carved way before the property was sold. And it's still sitting there. And you sit on that beautiful bench and you smell the flowers. And you look at all the mountains around you, the beautiful clouds, the sun, and all of the amazing things about nature. You see the little bumblebees. You see the little cotton things blowing in the wind that you make a wish on. You see the flies and you hear the birds. You see the butterflies. And you realize that life is a gift on every level. But you determine the scenery, and you determine what's going to capture your heart. And as you give yourself permission to sit in the middle of that meadow with all of life around you, you come to the awareness that you can always be sitting on this bench in this meadow, seeing everything unfold. Or you can go back in the circus and be confused. It is always our choice. And as you see this meadow with these beautiful, natural parts of life that are always there on some level, you see the clouds floating. You see the branches of the trees swaying in the wind. You see the rainbow over the horizon, and you see the beautiful dirt path that you can walk to take you into the forest. And you see the beautiful little stream of water. And you realize that this is Earth. This is life. And you're the one deciding how you're going to paint the picture of your soul today. Are you going to be in the meadow with all of nature around you, celebrating life in the natural, quiet, simple way? Or are you going to stand in the middle of the circus and be called this way and that way and look here and pay there and be busy here and be occupied there and be distracted over here and be pummeled there? And when you decide that you've had enough of the circus, enough of the distractions, enough of the ways people are trying to get your attention, and you take back your own power, and you sit in that meadow, and you see that beautiful old oak tree that is over 300 years old, and all the life it's seen come and go. But it's so much more beautiful every time you see it, because its wood is a little shinier. It's been polished a little bit more by the wind. You hear the leaves rustling and the wind dancing. And you see the beautiful birds and the hummingbirds circling you, reminding you to keep your frequency on a more expanded level so all of life buzzes in joy. And you sit there just breathing, being at peace in the moment, knowing that everything that you need is always here. Everything that you are is always here. Everything that you can imagine has already been created. And you get to choose the great gift you're given. You get to choose what you choose to participate in. And you get to choose how that's going to affect your body, your mind, and your heart. And as you sit in that meadow and you feel the butterfly wings touch your cheek, and you hear the new baby birds that were just born yesterday making their little peeping sounds so that their mother will come and feed them, and you see these beautiful, luscious wildflowers of so many colors of the rainbow that it just fills you with joy, and you smell the earth, and you hold it in your hands, and that musty smell is home. That's home. And you know that you came from that earth, and you will go back into that earth. But who you are, the essence of who you are, is eternal. And you know that you are in a tree, and you know that you exist in the bumblebee, and you know that you exist in the birds, and you know that you exist as the mountains. You're the rainbow, and you are the clouds. And as you sit there looking at all the beauty of you, you realize that this is available to you every moment of every day with every breath, because it's in your heart, and it comes from the core of the truth of you. May we celebrate each other in our own meadows, with our own trees and our own carved benches. And may we recognize the gift that each one of us has a meadow that's a little different, that nurtures each of us in our own way. And we celebrate the uniqueness of all the meadows in the world and all the souls in the world, because they are you and you are them. And in every moment, with every breath, you are home. You are in the flow of divinity, and you are the pulsing of the heartbeat of Creator. And so it is, beloved, we are.
The messages of Judy Callie are so heartwarming, inspirational, and transformational as we become aware of our light beingness. We create our reality, and we can return to this bench at any moment. If you would like a personal session with Judy Callie to assist you on your path, she's got options in her special offer below, along with recordings with additional activations. Purchases on this website not only assist you in your life, but as you raise your vibration, it radiates out into your community. It also supports the teachers who bring this information. A portion of our proceeds goes to support children in the highlands of Peru, motherland of Lemuria. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us today and sharing your heart light with us in our collective for the collective. We are the one heart, and we are so pleased to have you here. We love you. We'll see you in the next show. Namaste and happy 2021. I'm Loren Gailey, and I love you.